What's up, everyone? I'm Ace. So these contradictions, these ways that AA does not walk its talk, right? So imagine that you're learning how to ride a bike, all right? You get a good teacher. A good teacher will show you how to balance, right? Will show you how to hold on, and in case you wobble, be there to help you, right? And then set you on your way, right? But the program starts by teaching you have no power. You have no power. You're powerless. And then immediately ask you to do brave, careful, intelligent things anyways. Yeah. That is the central problem. It keeps changing the rules mid-ride. It tells you that you cannot control yourself, then demands that you control yourself. It says you cannot trust your mind, then orders you to use your mind to make life-altering decisions. If a teacher spoke this way, with a contradiction in every other word, you would be so confused because you would never know what you're actually capable of doing because it stunts you. Yes, it works to get you comfortable. It goes from alcohol and drug dependence to codependence, which is even worse. Now you don't even think you got a problem. Now you think you're sober. Now you think your mind's working right. But the most brainwashing thing that they could say, and you go ahead and do it, it doesn't even matter what your name is that you every day reaffirm, or at every point, I'm an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic. I'm going to base the bad, negative decisions of my past in every single moment of my future, or in my present, and wonder why my future doesn't change? It's because you're dragging the past along with you wherever you go. So, some people will say, well, you know what? I'm proud to be an alcoholic. Well, that's good. Guess what? The mind doesn't care if you're proud to be an alcoholic. It correlates it with negativity. That's like when you first learned about an alcoholic, it's a bad thing, right? Because you don't want to be one, right? No, right? But then, so you've got, pride in alcoholism now, and you say, oh, no, I'm an alcoholic. It's still there. It's still there. You're just covering it up. It's still the negative. It's still the negative idea underneath all of it. Step 1 says we admitted we were powerless. Here's the first contradiction. Admitting something is an actual action. I'm admitting something. It's an action. If you truly had no power at all, you could not choose to admit anything. So the step declares you powerless, but requires you to demonstrate power by speaking, deciding, and joining a program that promises freedom and usefulness, which only exists if you can make the choice and take the action. What? Yeah. So, it's like saying you can't steer the bike. It's like saying you can't steer the bike and then promising soon you'll ride anywhere you want. But you can't steer the bike. Those ideas do not match. The walk does not align with the talk, and that is a problem. Those ideas do not match. It also claims that membership requires only a desire to stop drinking. Yet step one, quietly insert a specific belief. You must say out loud, I am powerless. That means it is not only about desire, it is also about agreeing to a particular doctrine subconsciously. Subconsciously. That is why you will never hear me say at a meeting, which I go to a lot, 15 a week maybe, I am Ace, I'm an alcoholic. That's the only time you're going to hear it. Because I don't say that. I say I'm Ace. Because I'm not going to bring the negative energy and idea and behavior that I have already corrected from my past into the present, where I'm currently, with every choice that I make, creating my future. I'm not going to take the energy of that negative belief and that idea into my future. I will not do it. You don't have to. Traditions are meant to change. Slavery was a tradition. We thought that was a bad idea. I would agree. And keep in mind, this whole program was created when religion was the only thing. Psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, all different aspects of the mind have not been completely worked out yet, right? We have scientific information now. In the big book it says, well, we don't know why the alcoholic is the way that he is. We do know why the alcoholic is like that, right? So when you say that at a meeting, you're lying to people. You're lying to people because the book has some outdated information in it. So now what you're going to do, you're going to lie to everybody else and perpetuate this falsity, this idea that it works. The program does not work. You do the work. Okay? It's people getting together with people and figuring some shit out that does the help that you think is the great benefit, right? It's not the benefit. It's teaching you codependency is what it's doing, right? Because you're so stupid. Your mind got you where you're at, right? Your thinking got you where you're at. Guess what? Your thinking is always going to get you to where you're at. To say that, to bring down on my mind, it's no wonder AA got so big so quick. It's because no one ever leaves. They're so dependent on everyone else and not self-empowering. It's sick. It's sick. Step 2 says a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity while treating you as not fully sane right now. I'll read that again. Step 2 says, while you're in a state of insanity, right? A power that greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity while treating you as not fully sane right now. Here's the contradiction. The step says you must come to believe, which means you must think, judge, and choose. But if you're too insane to think clearly, well, how's the mind going to work that out? It doesn't. It gets into a state of cognitive dissonance, which opens up the floodgates for all the false information that they give you. It's like a trick of the mind. It covers up the logic and reasoning aspects of the brain when it hears something that triggers a cognitive dissonance, which is two contradictory beliefs. Okay? Contradiction, if one contradicts the other, their lies, okay? Because a truth cannot contradict the truth. So in order to even see if one of those are true, you can't, because it can't be true if it contradicts itself. So every contradiction that you're going to hear is a lie. They're actively lying to you. And what scares me is that the people that are running this thing haven't had the basic human, logical, and through reasoning thought process to even say, hey, we might need to change some things, like everything. Or they do know, and they don't want to change anything because they're getting that money. Watch some of my other videos, I'll tell you all about it. How are you supposed to make a smart belief choice? The steps act like you cannot reason, yet demand reasoning. It's like saying your brain doesn't work. Now use your brain to decide the most important thing in your life. Your brain's broken. Now use it. What the fuck? But you don't see that. You don't see that because you're following along what everybody else does, right? You're following along. I firmly have the belief, right, which is still a doubt because I'm not 100% sure and I don't know this for a fact, but it is my belief that going through the 12 steps actually is the process that indoctrinates you into thinking AA and the big book they are the Bible. They are the only thing that matters. If it's not in the big book, guess what? It doesn't exist. They think that. That's scary. That's scary. I mean, because you're not always in an AA meeting around people that are going to be like supportive, and you could take an idea and just run with it and create havoc in the world. It's sad, but it gives me purpose. Write that down. Step 3 says, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. Now, this is the other thing. We all hear as we understand him, right? So it can be this pen, it can be this pop, it can be whatever you want it to be, right? No, it can't be. Because upon hearing of my understanding, the brain negates the fact that they just told you what to believe in. A God. A God. That is what they are subconsciously telling you. They're indoctrinating you. I know. It sucks. It sucks. Like, right now you're probably like, he's crazy. There's no way. If you're thinking that, I'd be willing to bet that you tried to go through the 12 steps. You either made it or you didn't, but you tried. And that process now gets you thinking that I saw some good. It could all be good. It's not. It's not. AA does not turn on the logic and reasoning parts of the brain. It covers them up, right? While telling you that they're building them and making them stronger. It covers them up so they can give you whatever information that they want. And you're still in survival mode. You're still in survival mode. Listen, if you physically feel sick or in a state of dis-ease when you don't go to a meeting, that's telling you something. It's telling you something. And I feel it every time I go in. Every time I go to a meeting. I'm not kidding, 14, 15 a week. I put myself through this because you need to know this. It's more important that it be fixed. It's doing more harm than it's actually helping. Anything that is based in fear as in if you go out, you're going to die. Those fear ideology and beliefs. Fear, control, okay? Making you think that you have to say and erase your agency, everything that is you, right? Doesn't matter because you're an alcoholic, a real alcoholic, right? That was just an idea that they implanted. They have no idea what an actual alcoholic is. They disguise words and say, take what you want, leave the rest, which is not even in the big book. It's just a part of folklore, of AA folklore. It's not even part of the program, but they use it like it is to cover up the contradictions. Oh, it's not working? It's your fault. Oh, you didn't work for you? Work harder. You didn't get it. You went out and drank? Oh my goodness. It's okay, keep coming back. Keep coming back. We need that dollar. Because honestly, nobody ever takes the suggestions. Nope. Nobody ever takes the suggestions. If it did and it worked, it would be in every college, every single school, every single place that would better the self and make it stronger. That's where AA would be, but it's not. It hides in the back, in the basements, off in the cut. 60,000 meetings a day. That might be a week. I'll get my facts right. See, I don't lie. See, I can't talk about something if I'm not 100% sure. And as I'm recording this, I know I've checked it before. 60,000 in the US and Canada, times 7 days a week, not including online, comes to the tune of about, give or take, $350 million. Yet, AA only declared $1 million in 2024. Seems a little odd. It's either a whole lot of money is getting laundered somewhere, or we could buy a small fucking island. That's every year. So since 2020, it's $1.5 billion, give or take. Billion. Buy an island, and instead of going to Akron every year for the Founders Day thing, we'll just buy an island. It'll be a dry island in the water. Point being, is the shit doesn't make sense. The walk is not aligning with the talk. They're lying to you about spirituality. They're lying to you about religion. They're disguising religion and calling it spirituality. Spirituality is very simple. They're fucking opposites, all right? Spirituality is looking for the purpose within, right? The purpose within, the energy within. The kingdom of heaven is within, right? We all know who said that. He may be about something. But even Jesus wasn't talking about religion. He was talking about you don't need priests. You don't need people. You just need to act as I act. Do as I do. And you will find it. It was the people after him, Constantine, that pick and chose how to control given the times that they were in. But yet, it's meant for good. No other thing in the entire existence of mankind has killed more people, other than an Earth extinction event, has killed more people than religion. Facts. But it's good. It's good. It's good. Murdering, killing in the name of God. Religion is worshiping something outside of the self. It can be anything you want. It just can't be you. Guess what? I'm God. And I'm telling you Something's not right with the way these people are doing some shit. One consciousness, but separate. Separate parts of the whole. Go into that in another video. Point is, there's contradictions in every single step. But it's not about religion. Even though they mentioned God in the first 3 steps. Or higher power. I hope this isn't falling on deaf ears. This is only meant to help. And it gives me something to do. Yep. Cheers. Got another video coming.